All right, let's jump right in. Right now, there is a massive, literally trillion-dollar question hanging over the entire global tech industry, and honestly, the broader economy too. And that question is simply, are we currently inflating an AI financial bubble? I mean, we see the headlines every single day, right? The surging stock prices, the unprecedented capital expenditures. But separating the actual structural reality from the sheer hype, that is incredibly difficult. And that is exactly what we are going to do today. So today's explainer is really a high-level roadmap. We're going to walk through 5 main areas. 1. The AI bubble question. 2. Parts 1 through 4 covering the build-out. 3. Parts 5 through 7 on the reality check. 4. Parts 8 through 10 exploring the fallout. And finally, 5. Preparing for the journey. This lays the entire framework for our upcoming 10-part deep dive series. Now, keep in mind, this single explainer only scratches the surface of what's in the full internal analysis we'll be unpacking over the next few weeks, but it's going to give you the perfect bird's eye view of exactly where we're heading. Okay, Section 1, the AI bubble question. Before we get too far, let's establish exactly where the rigorous data for our upcoming journey is actually coming from. Our entire 10-part explainer series is built on a deeply researched, heavily evidence-based report from Virtualization Options LLC. They're a highly respected technology research and advisory organization out in Colorado. So this isn't just opinion or, internet speculation. This is a comprehensive analysis that examines all the available evidence across 10 critical dimensions. They've weighed the bullish drivers right alongside the structural vulnerabilities to give us a really clear chain of thought reasoning for what to expect in 2025 and 2026. Okay, let's look at this. $320 billion. It's a staggering, honestly jaw-dropping number. And that represents the projected 2025 hyperscaler AI capital expenditure for just 4 companies: Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta. To put that into perspective, that scale of capital deployment is historically unprecedented. Even when you adjust for inflation, we have never seen anything quite like this.
But the stakes get even higher. $1 trillion. This is the pledged AI infrastructure investment by the Stargate Consortium, which includes heavyweights like OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle. When you have numbers this massively large flowing into a single sector in such a compressed time frame, well, it absolutely demands intense scrutiny. We literally have to ask, is this in any way sustainable?
To really understand that, we need to look at historical context. Think back to the 1990s dot-com bubble. The NASDAQ rose 400%, fueled by this absolute conviction that the internet would change everything. And when it burst, roughly $5 trillion in market value was wiped out. But here is the absolutely crucial point. The underlying technology wasn't wrong. The internet did, in fact, change everything. The timing and the valuations were just flawed. And we see an even older parallel with the 1840s railroad mania. Massive investments led to huge overcapacity and bankruptcies. But those exact same railroads eventually underpinned the Industrial Revolution. So a financial bubble doesn't mean the technology is fake. It just means capital is being deployed way faster than the market can actually absorb and monetize it. Moving on to Section 2, Parts 1 through 4, the build-out. In the first 4 parts of our series, we're going to unpack exactly how the groundwork is being laid. Part 1 will deeply define the historical context of a tech bubble. Moving right into Part 2, we'll break down that staggering scale of AI investment we just talked about, looking closely at venture flows and those massive hyperscaler commitments. Then, Part 3 examines the massive data center build-out itself, focusing on infrastructure capacity and geographic concentration. And rounding out this phase, Part 4 will dive straight into the hardware supply chain, really exposing the GPU shortages, the crazy lead times, and the critical semiconductor bottlenecks. And just to give you a massive takeaway to look forward to from Parts 3 and 4, we're going to explore unavoidable timeline slippage. Physical constraints, things like power grid limitations and construction labor, they're adding 12 to 24 months to revenue realization. We're also going to look at hardware fragility. For instance, there was a thermal design issue with NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture at TSMC that required mask revisions. That single engineering hiccup delayed billions of dollars of planned infrastructure globally. The system is just incredibly fragile, and these physical delays have huge financial consequences baked right in. Up next is Section 3, Parts 5 through 7, Reality Check. In this phase, Part 5 is going to meticulously contrast the actual monetization reality against that breathless pace of capital deployment. Basically, are these AI tools actually generating enough revenue to justify the spend? Part 6 will highlight the warning signals, showing us exactly what banks, analysts, and even the hyperscalers themselves are quietly sounding the alarm about behind closed doors. And to keep things completely balanced, Part 7 explores the bull case arguments, giving a totally fair hearing to those who argue that, hey, maybe this time really is structurally different. One of the most fascinating catalysts we're going to explore in this reality check phase is the DeepSeek shock. So on January 20th, 2025, a Chinese startup called DeepSeek released an AI reasoning model that was trained for just about $6 million. That is a tiny, microscopic fraction of the hundreds of millions that U.S. companies were spending. And the market reaction? Instantaneous and absolutely brutal. It wiped out roughly $589 billion in NVIDIA's market cap in a single day. It proved a pretty terrifying point for investors. Simply spending massive amounts of money on compute doesn't guarantee a permanent defensible moat. Which leads us perfectly into this concept from the report that we'll completely dissect in Part 6. Hyperscaler CFOs and CEOs are basically trapped in a game theoretic trap. As the quote says, each company knows the collective investment level may be excessive, but none can unilaterally reduce spending without competitive risk. They are rational actors stuck in an irrational system. Everyone knows they might be spending too much, but if one company hits the brakes, they risk being totally left behind by their rivals. So they're locked into spending simply to survive. And historically, that kind of dynamic only resolves through an external shock rather than a gentle, soft landing. All right, Section 4, Parts 8 through 10, the fallout. So, what happens when that shock actually comes? In the final 3 parts of our series, we're going to calculate the actual probabilities of how this all ends over a 5-year horizon, stretching from 2025 to 2030. Part 8 will deliver a weighted likelihood analysis of the different bubble scenarios. Part 9 forecasts the expected outcomes and the real impacts on the tech sector and the broader business community. And finally, Part 10 will wrap the whole thing up with key findings, conclusions, and a solid summary of the chain of thought reasoning. To give you a quick preview of Part 9, let's map out the macroeconomic transmission paths. If there is a correction, how broad will it actually get? Well, it could be a contained correction, where we see a 30 to 50% drop in AI equities, but the pain stays mostly siloed within the tech sector. Or it could be a moderate spillover. This is where lost wealth curbs general spending, and broader corporate tech budgets drop by maybe 15 to 20%. And finally, the worst-case scenario, systemic risk. This is where the massive debt taken on to build all this AI infrastructure stresses the global credit markets, potentially triggering a wider economic recession. Moving to Section 5, preparing for the journey. Let's bring this overview home. We've covered a lot of pretty heavy information today, so before we go any further, let's just take a breath and step back. Even the most skeptical analysts who contributed to this Virtualization Options LLC report absolutely agree on a few fundamental truths. First, AI will ultimately transform major sectors of our economy. That's a given. Second, all this massive infrastructure being built today, it will eventually find economically productive uses. The long-term demand thesis remains completely intact. The debate we're having here, the entire reason we're doing this deep dive, is strictly about the timeline, not the direction. It's really about whether we're trying to force 10 years of growth into 2 years of frantic spending. So, as we wrap up this roadmap and get ready for Part 1 of the series, I want to leave you with this final, provocative question to chew on. Is the AI boom destined for a dot-com-style correction, a really painful but ultimately necessary resizing of expectations? Or are we truly funding a permanent, unbroken paradigm shift right now? The hardest lesson from financial history is that knowing a bubble will correct is the easy part. Knowing exactly when is the hard part. I absolutely cannot wait to explore this with you. Join us next time as we dive into Part 1 of the series and start unpacking the deep historical context of the AI financial bubble. See you then.